Right, hello everybody, welcome to ERL, welcome to the US Grand Prix here in Season 5. I'm a commentator Omar, and with me, I've got Austin.
Yes, welcome. It is the United States Grand Prix here at the Circuit of the Americas near Austin, and not near me, near the city of Austin in Texas, just so you're clear. We are here on the third newest track on the F1 calendar. Only Sochi and Baku are newer. 2012 was the first time the F1 raced on here, and since then it's made for a couple of exciting races. Who can forget the overtake that Max Verstappen did on Kimi Räikkönen that was then called back by the stewards on the green table? Who can forget that one? And yeah, I think it's a very nice track. I really enjoy it, not just because it's near the city that is my name, but also because I really like the way the corners flow, that you have this long back straight where you can overtake very easily. You've got the narrow section, you've got the S's. It's a very flowing track with a lot of different things that every driver has to watch out for.
It is a very decent track. The S is at the start, my personal favourite bit. I think it'll be interesting to see how the guys actually work on them ultras as they start to get worn through the early stages of the race, actually, because it can get very slidey through there. I wonder just how much people are prepared for that.
Yeah, that is going to be one of the challenges. Generally, through a lot of these corners, it can get very slidey. The quadruple right-hander, I think we can call it now the Verstappen corner.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, no, it is quadruple. It is 4. It's not just 3. It's 4 right-handers, basically. 4 different apexes. It's very hard, especially towards the end. Between the third and the fourth, it's very easy to lose the back end and slide around there and completely lose the car. I mean, we've seen an overtake this season or last season, 2018, in the real Formula One, where Lewis Hamilton was hung out to dry and just completely lost any kind of grip, any resemblance of grip, and just lost like 3 seconds just in that one corner because he came out onto the dirt and he just lost a lot of time. I think it was the last lap, but anyway, it cost him a lot of time, and that is something that could happen to these drivers here as well. Once you leave the racing line in that section, it's pretty much goodbye for you.
Yeah, certainly. I just wonder how brave they will be. I don't know anyone will actually stick it around the outside, but if they do, it'll be interesting certainly to see how they handle it. Alper, by the way, is currently top, not Michael. At the start of the stream, we saw Michael crossing the line on his ultras, I think it was. So maybe a little bit of competition, or maybe he's just sandbagging, but hopefully there's a bit of competition.
Yeah, that is definitely what we're hoping for. Right now, Alper just over a 10th in front of Michael. But yeah, you always have to assume, you always have to fear that Michael is just sandbagging and just, playing a little slower than he actually is. But
yeah.
We'll see. I think only time will tell. The next 9.5 minutes. And then towards the end of the session, everyone who starts a lap within the next 9 minutes and 15 seconds obviously is allowed to end that lap. So we will go probably into the next 11 minutes pretty much, or 10.5 now, to see whether Michael was sandbagging or not. I think we will see it a bit earlier because he's on another outlap and he's already in the last sector, so he will show us maybe with this next lap what pace he has. But yeah, let's talk about the tires. As we can see on the detail right there, we have the ultra soft, the super soft, and the soft. The ultra in purple, the super in red, and the soft in yellow. So we are not skipping a tire compound, thankfully. Every time we do that, I'm really sad, and every time we don't do that, I'm really happy. Because this allows us to see a proper qualifying session. No tactics, no strategying about, just straight up pace and whoever gets the pole will be the fastest, and will have set the fastest lap time on the best tires, and everyone else will have tried the same as well, or almost everyone. I mean, right now we already have Revert being disqualified. I don't know how that happened, but that is something interesting to see. So he will start in P18. Onyx Mare is already out of the session.
He crashed.
I assume he crashed.
Yeah.
Yes.
He crashed at the exit
so
of the straight on the left hand on the exit. I caught the end of that at the start of the stream as well.
Oh. Now that is unfortunate. He's in 9th now. He will most likely drop out of the top 10 and even further back. I mean, he's got Matt behind him, who set his fastest lap time so far on the softs. He's got Rafa behind him, who got 2nd place the last race, if I remember correctly.
Oh, car off. Bad boys off. He's out of the session. On the entry to that last long right-hander there, so not gone well for him. Michael now just coming through to finish his lap. He's been good, but not probably perfect. I think he'll want to try and improve that again as he comes to the line. It is top, but only by a tenth of a second. I think he knows he can improve that.
Yeah, most likely. The drivers here for the qualifying session have at least 2 sets of ultra softs available. Depending on what tire distribution they choose, you will see all those drivers that have the softs, that have set a lap time on the softs, they have 2 sets of ultras available, not more. Everyone else who hasn't set a lap on the softs has at least 3 available. Those on the super softs definitely have 3 available. And those on the ultras might even have 4 available if they went for the softest distribution, which I would be surprised by, to be honest. I think the balanced choice is the correct one here, because you would want to have an additional set of super softs for the race, maybe, you know, just in case, because I think the super softs are the best race tire here. The ultras, well, they're good, but you always drive in that danger of overheating them. The supers are a little bit more lenient in that regard, so the working range is at a point where I mean, it's obviously lower, but it's also much harder to overheat them, so they work better generally. And I think that's the tire most drivers will choose. I would be surprised to see someone go ultra soft to soft, but maybe that's needed actually, because the super softs or the ultras won't last as long to make it to the finish line. So we might actually see 3 different strategies here, all 3 possible for one stop. So ultra, super, ultra and soft, or super and soft, depending on the personal tire wear of the driver.
Well, see, with a turn 1 so wide, I imagine no one's going to want to start on the softs, because if you just think about it, how wide that turn 1 is, it's almost guaranteed to be an accident in there somewhere. And yeah, they'll want to save a set of softs for if they need to pit early on. So I reckon we'll either see ultras or supers on the grid. We've only seen one person actually on softs at the moment, so I wonder if they're sort of sharing my thoughts there.
I'm not so sure about an accident being guaranteed in turn 1, because, you know, as wide as the entry of turn 1 is, I think it's also very easy to keep it clean, because you have the runoff areas at the exit. You have a very low curb on the apex, so you can even if push comes to shove, you'd probably rather take a corner cut warning on the inside just to avoid a crash, if there happens one, or if there's someone slow there, to avoid the crash, than to just run into the back of someone and lose your front wing. So as narrow as the corner gets, there's still the runoff areas. There's still some let's say runoff area on the entry, or on the apex rather. So you can make the track wider than it actually is, and I've rarely ever seen crashes in turn 1 here at Kota in sim racing. Not talking about the real one. We've seen our fair share of crashes there, but in sim racing, most of the time the drivers keep it clean there. They know the dangers of this turn one. They know that it's a little bit tricky and that it does get narrower on the exit than it is on the entry. So they brace for that and they prepare for that and they keep it clean.
Alper just did a lap there. He's now just 1/10 off, but he needs to get back to the pits quickly. He's on the DRS, he's on the he's on the charge to try and get back, get a new set of tires on and get back out again, because I think he knows that he has a chance at pole today, because he's certainly showing good pace so far, and other people are just getting ready to do the laps as well. Michael is one of them people. He's coming through that long right-hander and he's getting ready to start what he hopes to be the pole position lap.
Yeah, we're getting into crunch time now. 2 minutes 15 seconds left. This is the time where everyone either comes out of the pits or already is out of the pits to do the out lap to then start their lap time. Alper going back into the pits.
Oh, that's going to be so tight. I don't know if he's going to make it, 153.
I don't think so.
He's not going to make it. So it's...
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he's going into the pits now. He has a long way to go into the soft pits, but he has a short time to come out. But look at this, 1 minute 40,
yeah,
39, 38. Now he's going to be pushed back into the pits.
Oh, Michael's so
I wish there was
wide.
an option. I wish there was an option where you could just call for a quick pit stop in qualifying, but you can't.
Yeah.
And Alper is done for this qualifying session right here. Almost everyone else. Jake Attack's also in the pits, and everyone who already retired. They are out of this session basically as well. But everyone else is still out there. Can still set a lap time. Can still try to improve and get ahead in the grid standings and get a better starting position.
Well, Michael is now in the final sector. He's not actually, I think, as quick as Alper was in the first sector. So I don't know if he's having the best lap again. It does just look like Alper did have the pace to try and challenge there, and Michael's got it all wrong. And he's going to redo his lap, I think. He's just backed off. He's going to prepare to start again. And other people have started their laps as well, so we need to keep an eye on them. We've got 30 seconds to go in the session, so really anyone who's on a lap now or about to start one is going to be their last lap. So yeah, crunch time for all these guys. Kiski and Zach are sort of the main challengers, I think, here, being just under 4/10 off Michael's pole time and on flyers right now.
Yeah, and what I find interesting to see is that Ollie, Matt and Rafa on super soft tires, so they're trying a whole different strategy. They're trying to get into the top 10 and then run a different race than everyone else. I think their tire wear just doesn't allow them to run the ultra softs at all, so they will go super soft to soft, and that's why they're doing this right now, basically sacrificing a good qualifying for the race strategy, which is definitely a consideration if your tire wear isn't as good. But it does kind of surprise me to see, and well, we'll see where they qualify. As I think, hold on, Rafa is already making his way to the finish line, and through the last corner, does he improve? And where does he go? He goes P7, so he is in the top 10 for now.
Francis in P5 disqualified for parking in a dangerous position. That moves Rafa up to 6th actually down. Here's Kiski coming to the line. He didn't quite get there. He had an invalid lap there. But Zach is still out there. It was a 24-6 in the first sector. Michael's gone quicker, now 2/10 clear of Alper and 5/10 clear of Zach. I wouldn't say it's fully out of reach, but Zach's got to pull out something special here to take that pole position off. And don't forget Marquez out there, the teammate of Zach, comes across the line in a time that would have been good enough for second, but was invalid.
Very, very unfortunate. Yeah, you have to watch out for that. It is, as I said, the low curves here, not just turn one, generally. It is very easy to cut the corner here as Zach moves himself in, not into pole position, but I think he got
third place.
Third place, indeed. So second row, he was 5th before, so he gained 2 positions there, got past Kiski and who was 4th? Oh, who was 4th before? Let's see. I already forgot.
Yeah, same.
I know Alper was sick. Yeah,
Janul.
here we see it. Okay,
Oh, Janul's got now.
Janul it was. Michael in pole position, right next to him, Alper. So we've got a Ferrari-powered 1-2. Then we've got a Red Bull 3-4 with Zach in 3 and Janul in the Toro Rosso in P4. Then Kiski 5, Technic Gaming 6 finish round row 3. Then Rafa and Jake Attack 7 and 8, Marquez 9, Tao top 10. So you see here 7, 8, 9, 3 super soft runners. They might have a little strategic advantage now because they will definitely run their strategy and they will not have overheating tires. That is extraordinary. And that is something I'm pretty sure they look forward to. They will obviously lack some pace in the early stages of the race, but they will gain that pace once the ultra soft runners come in, or once the ultra softs, not even the ultra soft runners come in, but once the ultra softs either overheat or wear down, they will be the ones laughing and they will gain positions. And it is, don't forget, it is quite easy to overtake here on track. There are a couple of good overtaking opportunities. There's a DRS zone on the back straight, obviously a big one. There is the run-up to the long back straight, the into the hairpin, if you will, which is also a very good overtaking spot if you get a good run out of the S section and the couple corners after that. There's turn 1. Obviously, you can even overtake into the S's if you're really brave. So there's a lot of opportunities here to just chuck it in and try to get alongside as we prepare for 28 laps of racing here at the Circuit of the Americas.
So we've got just 3 soft compound running tires drivers out there. We've got Ollie, we've got Matt, and we've got Rivard outside top 10. The rest of them are going to be on the supers, and then obviously they've got the 3 supers in the top 10 as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the strategy goes. Certainly most of the people thinking that the supers are the best tires, as you thought as well. So we'll see how they get up the field. We saw in Japan how good the metal compound was, remember, at getting drivers up the field. So we'll see how it works this time around.
Yeah, the question now is, for both the soft and the super soft runners, what other tire are they going to choose? What tire are they going to pit on? Will they go on to the ultra soft? Will they go on to the soft or super soft, the harder compound? So for all of them, this choice is still open. And generally, don't forget, the drivers outside the top 10 go for the inverted strategy. So they go on the harder compound first and the softer compound second. So a lot of these super soft runners, we might see them actually go onto the ultra soft on their pit stop. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I think that will be interesting to see how they can sort of charge through at the end, if they're going to try anything like that. But we've got Michael now heading to the grid. And what do you think Albert's chances are? Because he showed some great pace, didn't he, in qualifying? And if he was able to go for one more run, I reckon he could have had a real chance at it. So he's got that inside line up towards turn 1. He's got plenty of room to try and find his way past. If he gets a good start, he could be in the lead by turn 1, couldn't he?
Yeah, and it seems like Alper very much is a fan of these racetracks with long back straights. He won in China, don't forget that, where he beat Michael. Michael was participating in that race, and Alper still beat him. So I see a chance here for Alper. We might see a different winner, and this is not even on the Asian continent.
Yeah, this could be quite interesting here. Michael, obviously, he broke his stock there, didn't he, last time? But anyway, we'll see how he does in the USA. They get away. Alper was teasing off the line. Michael as well. They have a good round to turn 1. Great start from Janel and Zach. So second phase of the start. Certainly the 2 Red Bull powered, Red Bull boys are having a good start. And there's a car off there, Kiski. And Alper now starts to fall through the pack with his Janel. Look at that, side by side into the S's. How far will they continue that fight? Not too long. Janel, probably the best start there. We're seeing 3 abreast behind as well. with, I think, Bad Boy going off the track there. I wonder if he was able to get back on. He's in last place and in the gravel, so it's not gone too well for him there. But it's Michael. He's already 5/10 clear, and he's got that free route ahead of him. And I think he'll be okay now. Look at that behind, three abreast behind. Oh, lots of contact, and somehow Onyx doesn't have a huge cross, but they're all hitting each other here.
Oh, there's a spin. Rafa was involved.
They are all hitting each other
as well. Oh my.
They're all still going for it as well, side by side, down that back straight, and they're all going to go for it. There's about 6 cars here, all looking to get the same place. Who's going to come out on top there? They're trying still to go free abreast. Marquez ahead at the moment of this group, and he stays ahead as behind Matt tries to find his way through. And we've got quite a trade there at the start of this race. We've got Technique Gaming, by the way, as well, trying to get up to P5. And down the inside going Matt there on Marquez, not getting through there.
On Rafa.
Oh, sorry. Apologies.
Marquez is still ahead. Marquez is trying to make a little gap there now. But Rafa, we've seen his pace, second at the last race in Japan. So he definitely has some speed, and he's on the super soft, so he will only gain pace compared to almost everyone else over the course of this race. Oh, here he goes, Rafa to the inside, turn 1. Marquez trying to get the better exit, but a little slide there and almost into the side of Rafa there, almost spinning him around, but he keeps it out of there, and Rafa does get the position. That's what I was talking about just a couple of seconds ago. Thank you very much, Rafa, for proving me right here. Appreciate that.
Just to point this out, by the way, Zach did get ahead of Janel there, and he has stayed up to the back of Michael, and Janel has also stayed to the back of Zach, so we got that free car fight for the lead. And there is a chance for Zach down here, but I reckon he'll probably want to wait for DRS. But certainly Michael is not running away with this one so far. And behind as well, looks like they're trying to get a bit close again. Onyx side by side with the Force India, who's also trying to get a run on Matt. And oh, he's hit him, has he? Or has he just avoided him? He's off the track anyway, not Marcus, Francis. And is he going to get overtaken by Reverd? Not gonna happen just there yet, but they're all trying to sort of close up, aren't they? And the second they try to fight, they just keep hitting each other and making mistakes. They're struggling out there. They're not making advantage of the better tires. They need to be sticking to the leading pack, surely.
Yeah, strategically that's not a smart move. Just fighting, squabbling around. As Janel now with the fastest lap of the race so far, so he is catching up to Zach and Michael. As Francis picks up the first 3-second time penalty of the race, so that's not going to help him. DRS is now enabled. We are in lap 3, so we will see on the back straight for the first time. Maybe Zach, maybe even Janel, trying to get a run on Michael. Michael is going to have to use that ERS to defend. I think he is far enough away though to not be under attack. Zach will get closer, so he will have DRS, as will Janel, but I think 6/10, 5/10 now, this should be good enough for Michael to stay in the lead. Yeah,
he should be okay with that one there. And Janel not close enough to try and get by Zach either, and I think Ty's had an incident there in the hairpin where they were all hitting each other on the first lap. There's more contact down there. And yeah, Ty coming off worse, and Matt now trying to get up the inside.
Bad boy into the wall. Bad boy into the wall.
Again? And he's
huge
out this
accident.
time.
It looks like the S is again.
Out.
And he retired from the race. So Bad Boy, the first one out. Very, very unfortunate here. On the softs even. Maybe he didn't get them on temperature. Which is surprising, but possible.
Jacotex nearly went right on the outside, and the S is there. Not the S, is the triple apex corner. I'm having a disaster, aren't I? Need to sort of remember my corner names. But Jacotex, yeah, he's looking good now then, Supers, isn't he? He's closing up again into turn 1, having a go now on the Force India. And does he get by? Is there any way around the outside there? Yes, is the answer to that. And he's got more grip on the traction. I find that more interesting. The Ultrasoft's not great.
Yeah, I think now is the time the Ultrasofts are already starting to go off a little. Not much, but enough to see a difference there between the ultras and the supers that should definitely be in working range by now, as Cliffy on the softs sets the fastest lap time, but he's completely free of traffic right now, so he could just try to set fastest lap times. And he already had a pit stop as well, so he had to change from his starting tire, which I think was the ultra soft. Had to change, give me a second. No, it was the super.
Lambo going
So from
right on
the
the
super,
outside.
he went to the soft now.
I'm telling you what, these supers are the better tire now. Technique game, he's lost 2 places in 1 lap, and he is struggling on them ultras. And in the coming laps, the guys ahead will probably start to struggle as well. I mean, he can't even go flat out through that long sweeping right-hander. I mean, on this game, it's rather easy to do it flat out, and he just can't do it. He's really struggling, but he can't pit. I think it's too early to pit for any soft compound tire, so he's going to have to suffer for a few more laps, and he's not having fun.
Yeah, that is the struggle that...
Revered off there in the penultimate corner, down to 15th. Oh, Jano!
Yeah,
Jano's gone for it. He's ahead of Zach.
Yeah, Zach made a mistake.
Oh, but look
there.
at Jano, he's lost it as well. Jano's losing it through the S's, and Zach just couldn't quite catch up because there's nowhere really to get past. But yeah, they're starting to struggle. Alper has caught these two very quickly indeed, and he's right on the back of Zach. He's got a good slipstream, got a good run, and on the inside,
he's doing it here.
Should be easy enough, shouldn't it? Down the inside. Don't know how much Zach's going to fight this one when he's got a wounded car, seemingly, with the tyres just being so bad. Alper's been able to keep them quite well. He's just been in the background of all this, and he's about to get himself up into 2nd place. Good slipstream on Janel, and to the inside, he's got the overspeed and a very easy move up into 2nd place. And Kiski, I wonder if he's going to have that same sort of grip on top of these two guys ahead, as he's just been hanging back as well.
It seems so. It seems so. Look at how much he's caught up as well. And look at who got away. The one that got away, Michael in front. 3 seconds now. This is what tire management can do to you and your race early on even. If you're able to keep the tire wear low, keep the tires in the working range, you are able to just walk away from everyone else's. Janu already into the pits, yeah.
Do you know what will be interesting,
this
actually?
Is when the pit window. This is when the pit window from ultra to soft opens up right now, and we'll see Jano go onto the softs here, and then have to take these 23 laps. He went at the end of lap 5, so 23 laps. He will have to take those soft compound tires right there.
Do you want to know what's interesting as well?
Marquez also and Francis in the pits has retired. I think he's had enough of the race for today.
Jacotex is right on the back of these two, and I need to point this out because he's on the super soft tires. And I mean, Kiski's been good with the tire wear. He's already 2 seconds clear of Zach already, and Kiski I'm sure will join him. But he's got Jacotex to deal with, and I think he should be the quicker out of these two. So it's crucial to see how these tires perform, because Alper as well is starting to catch Michael. So yeah, I wonder if these supers will end up catching all of these guys.
I do expect Michael to come into the pits. I don't think at the end of this lap...
Kiski, sorry to interrupt there. Kiski's going for it, and he's done it on Zach. He's got him.
Yeah, now he needs to get away from Zach as quickly as possible, because Jacotex will try to get the position as well. And, oh my god, what a speed difference there. Jacotex had to lift off to not run into the back of Zach. He almost did. Very, very close. Zach comes in. Okay. And Michael does come in. I did not expect that, but he does. Alper, however, obviously, and Kiski, they stay out because their tires are still pretty good. Compared to what we've seen with Zach, especially. And Jacotex, Lambo, and Rafa obviously staying out as well. And yeah, Michael goes on to the softs.
Ooh, Ollie's going to be just ahead of him.
I was thinking there might be a chance. Oh, that is unfortunate for Michael here. Ollie right in front. He's going to have to clear him. And he's got 6 laps fresher tires than Ollie. So it should be easy, maybe with DRS, but he might lose some time here as well. So Alper and Kiski might even play the smarter strategy here right now because they've got some free air to run in. No dirty air at all. Just, then again, no slipstream either, no DRS either. But I think they might still have the better shot here with the overcut. Depending on how long that overcut is going to go. I think if Alper and Kiski come in now, they have a chance to skip Michael, or at least Alper has a chance to skip Michael. Kiski and Jake takes to get
Michael
close.
doesn't get him. Michael doesn't get him in DRS. He's being held up, and this is going to really help Alper's chances here, isn't it? Is he going to pit this lap? He's heading towards the pits now, and he is going to stay out.
He does not.
He's still got the grip
Kiski
then.
does come in though.
So
Alper is going. I'm calling it right now. Alper is going ultra to super soft.
Supers, yeah.
Yeah, ultra to supers. Kiski, Kiski's on the verge. I think he's gonna go soft.
Yeah, he does.
No supers. Oh wait, hold on. No. Okay, that was a bug.
Oh, there's Michael. He's on the outside though. Look at Michael. He's on the outside, and Ollie, he's fighting this. He doesn't need to pit for another 10, 15 laps, so he's going to fight this as hard as he can, and Michael is losing buckets of time here.
This is for position. This is strategy. Ollie doesn't have to care. He wants to keep everyone he can as close behind him as possible, and I don't blame him. I absolutely don't blame him. Perfectly fine. Michael needs to find a way around him. That's how this works on the track here, and I'm interested to see when he does it. I would expect now.
Yeah, you'd expect it down
on the back
straight.
He's so close now. Gets overtake mode engaged, but Ollie is fighting it with overtake mode. But he doesn't have the slipstream. He doesn't have the DRS, and yeah, it's pretty easy here for Michael. But Ollie.
Oh, he thought about it, didn't he? He's going for the exit. Goes for the exit.
I think he was thinking about it for a split second there. He was like, yeah, no.
He's got Michael stuck here. He's got Michael really having to take all the defensive lines here. And, yeah.
And Alper coming in now. That might still be a good shout here because Michael still has lost a heap of time on Alper here simply because he was stuck behind Ollie. So Alper, we're gonna have to see
super soft runners in the pits as well. That's interesting.
Super soft would be early, I think.
Yeah, it's quite early.
Will be the softs here. No, it is the. Yeah, it is the
softs.
Softs,
okay. Yeah,
softs for Alper. I was hoping he was going to go into the supers.
Michael,
but no
miles
chance.
ahead, actually.
Wow.
That's disappointing. Janel's even managed to outdo him. He must have lost a lot of pace there.
Well, the thing with Janel is he was not in any kind of traffic.
Well, yeah, good point, actually.
That was. I'm also pretty sure that Janel has caught up with Michael quite a bit. I mean, we're talking about almost. We're talking about 2.5 seconds now. I think before the pit stop, it was like 4, 3.5, something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Janel has caught up with Michael by at least a second. Marquez out of the race now.
Dear.
Oh my!
Another PlayStation out the window. I can't believe it.
Already 4 runners out of this race. Bad boy Francis, Onyx Mare, who's running around as a ghost car, and Marquez. So we're down to 14 runners, but I think 14 is still pretty okay. Got a lot of racing left in them, and everyone, look at this, everyone except Rafa now on the softs. That is extraordinary, but we will see some more changes from all the runners that have not pitted yet, like Matt, Ollie, who else is there? Reverd. Yeah, I think that's it already. Maybe Cliffy, because 7 laps, he pitted at the end of lap 1. I think we'll see him change. And Rafa coming in now to go on to the softs. Yeah, that's too early to switch on the ultras. So he's going to go super soft to soft here. Indeed, and he will rejoin behind Alper, behind Kiski, behind Zach. Where's Jaketex? Jaketex will pass him too. And Technique Gaming as well, but in front of Reverd. So P10 it is. There he comes out of the pits. Reverd, no chance of catching him yet. Yeah, that's 2 seconds. No chance there. As Lambo with the move on Reverd. I didn't even see him there. Reverd had to worry about someone else. all the time I was looking ahead, seeing where Rafa comes out from Revert's perspective. Meanwhile, Revert probably was looking in the rearview mirror and watched Lambo just fly by him. What a move down the inside of turn 1. Well done, Lambo up into 11th and only 1 spot away from a podium, from a points finish. Sorry, let's not give him more than he has right now. 1 spot away from a points finish for VSR Lambo.
Ollie has got a train starting to build up behind him. If you look, he's got Jano, he's got Alper, he's got Kiski. I mean, Zach will be closing soon, and even Jake attacks if you give him time. And Technic Gaming comes to that. And with Ollie being on his older tyres, he is going to just fall into the clutches of these guys. But we saw how hard he fought against Michael. This could shake the order up a little bit if he fights him as hard as he did to Michael.
Yeah. This could really change the way this race goes. I mean, look at this. We got 3 cars behind him already. We've got Janel, Alper, and Kiski. Zach, who had such a good start, and then his tires just completely fell off. He's now on the softs. These tires will not fall off as easily, so he might make a run to get them back and maybe get a couple of positions back, as there is a yellow flag in Sector 3, a Revert coming into the pits. I think that's what it's for. He was a little slow on the entry, maybe. Although, why is there a yellow flag now? Okay, never mind.
Did he maybe hit the pit wall or something? No?
No,
he broke it. Well, he broke his
saw.
front wing. He broke his front wing, to be fair. Maybe.
Yeah, he's changing his front wing indeed. Maybe he did hit the
Nah, he couldn't have.
pit wall.
That would be funny, like, but he couldn't have, sure.
I mean, it would be similar to David Coulthard in Adelaide back in the day. It is a similar kind of pit lane, only inverted to the left.
Oh, here
except
comes
to
Jano.
the right, where it was in Adelaide.
Oh, look at that on the outside. That's not going to work. He's had a bit of contact. Alper's going to look for the exit as Janel goes off to Narnia, but he does get the move completed off the track. Will he have to get that one back? He actually
a little
shoves.
bit of a contact there.
Yeah, shoves him off the track.
Now Ollie under pressure from Alper here, but Alper is not going to have a way through. Oh, is he going to try it here? No way. Oh, you need to have balls of steel to do this.
How has he done that?
Wow, and he makes the move stick. Incredible job by Alper. That was brave, I tell you.
I caught that on board as well. That was a very brave move. And Ollie probably a little bit shocked that he's been able to lose them 2 positions so easy when he fought so well against Michael before. He's going to look behind to see on the inside.
Sending it.
Kiski
Wow.
just couldn't slow down quickly enough or get out of the way. We got yellows Sector 1. Is that really worth a yellow game?
Yeah, that was the yellow. That was what the yellow flag was for. Contact. You know, I'm trying to see if Kiski has some front wing damage on the right side, because that was quite an impact there. And I wouldn't be surprised, but the end plate is still on from what I can see. However, hold on. Yeah, the end plate is still on. That's fine. But I think there are some winglets missing. If I'm not fully mistaken. It's so hard to see. Codemasters, can we please get some more camera angles to identify that? I think there's some winglets missing on the right side. So he might have some slight front wing damage on the right. Not 100% sure though. Really can't tell. It's so bad to see. But he's still not past Ollie. He's still behind him. He still has to find a way through. And Zach right on the back of Kiski.
We've got
This is going to
Alper.
make for some interesting. And look, Jake Attacks now also closing in on this group.
Alper's
Almost within
still
a second
looking.
now.
He's still
He
looking
is
to get
within a
past.
second. Look at this. Jake Attacks just flying.
Jeez.
Doesn't get the DRS though. He wasn't within 1 second at the DRS detection point, unfortunately. Just after. But he will get DRS most likely at the next zone, which is the long back straight.
Wonder how tempted.
These S's here. He's keeping it very clean this time, so not much drama here, especially compared to when he did it on the Ultra Softs.
Ollie's looking behind him and he's seeing absolute massive tree, and he's also looking ahead to find that these two, Alper and Jano, are fighting, and he needs them to fight because he's out of the DRS zone now. He needs to close back up because he's going to be in a lot of trouble here down this straight. But first, let's look at Alper and Jano. Very closely to Alper was ahead before the pit stop and nearly ran into the back there. Jano, he did get through in the end, up into third place, and Ollie, he's got Kiski on the inside. A little bit of contact again, but they do both stay alive. And they've hit each other, Zach and Kiski. And Kiski has got ahead. And will he try on Ollie as well? He looks on the inside. He goes for it. Not quite going to make it stick there, but he had to force his way through Kiski there, who was not expecting that.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, it looks like Zach was trying to send it up the inside there. Pretty much, he was predetermined to do that.
Jake attacks on the inside
Kiski
as well.
was expecting it. Now Jake attacks is part of this group as well, and Technique Gaming also closing in. Would you look at that? It's incredible to watch.
That is a definite bit marked on there, Zach.
Here he goes, and he gets the jump done. Switchback by Ollie though. Oh wow! And Ollie now holding around the inside, which becomes the inside here for the first of the S's, and Zach backs out of this. Probably a smart call there. And now as Zach is under pressure from Jake attacks, a lot of fighting going on here in this group. Ollie is really mixing up this whole race. This is incredible.
And he's still going to be out for a few more laps. We're only on lap 14. He's going to be here for a while. And we've still got a 4-car train.
It depends on what tires he's going to go on. If he's going to go on the super softs, we might see him at the end of this lap already. Maybe the end of the next lap. The window, I think, opens about now, lap 14, 15, for the super soft change.
That's the outside. That doesn't work. Zach tries it on the outside.
It does work. It does work because you have the inside for this turn now. If you can hold it around the outside. Jake attacks, pushing through, but he's got the outside for this corner now, and he has to back out of this here. No chance. Wow. Zach with a great move. If you can hold it around the outside in, what is that? Hold on. In turn 12, you've got the inside for turn 13, and he did that to perfection. Ollie, here we go.
Yeah.
Onto the super softs, I call it right now. This is way too early for the ultras. So he's going to go into the supers. I'm wondering what Matt is going to do.
Well, he's going to get overtaken in a minute, isn't he? Because he's only got a 4-10 lead.
Yes, but I was talking about his tire strategy. He's going to be overtaken. There's not much he can do about that, but he can do something about his tire strategy. The question is, will he come in at the end of this lap, at the end of next lap to go into the supers, or will he try to take these softs to lap, I would say, 20, 21 to go on to the ultras? That is the question. If we see him come into the pits within the next 3-4 laps, it is the supers. If we see him come in after that, it is the ultras.
So Michael gets through nice and easily, and he gets his lead back again. So yes.
And yeah, Alper is still, what is that now? 6 seconds almost behind Matt. So Michael is probably going to drive away with this for a bit. And Matt is going to fall into the clutches of Alper within the next couple of laps, unless he pits. Again, we're going to look at what happens to Matt here. As he is still sticking with Michael on 6 laps, older tires. Is he going to come in? No, he stays out. So the chance, the likelihood of Matt switching onto the ultras gets higher and higher with every lap he stays out. And look, he can still stick with Michael for the most part. He's not losing too much time now. Maybe Matt was thinking, you know what, Michael can overtake me. I'm totally fine with that because I get some slipstream off of Michael. I can try to see if I can hang with him. I get DRS 2 times a lap, and maybe, you know, I think this is what went through his mind. But he might. Oh, he's on the verge of falling out of the DRS window. And he just did, by a bit. He lost a lot of time in that section there. I think he's going to come into the pits at the end of this lap now.
So Jake Attacks then is just 7/10 away from a sort of extraordinary podium, to be honest, because he started on them super softs, and they certainly have turned out to work out very well for him. If he can get by Jano, then he is in a net third. So we'll see what he can do. He's got the overtake ERS, same as Jano, but crucially, Jacotex has a DRS, and he's going to look for the outside to get that run for the next turn. And Jano goes a bit
he's
deep.
trying to switch back. Not a smart move because the next turn is opposite the previous one.
Yeah, but then
again, now
it
he's
works
got
out
the
again.
inside for the next one. Can he? Oh, he sends it. He licks the step and says they're still side by side. General not backing out of this one. He's got the inside for the quadruple right-hander here, and he's ahead again. But oh my, they're still going hammer and tongue, and General goes wide.
That is.
That is a track extension and a half. He has to give up that position now to Jacotex, I think. But he doesn't. He doesn't. Jacotex. Oh, wow. This is very, very intense. Jacotex has the DRS, though, crucially, and the inside. And, yeah, General hung out to dry.
They were side by side forever.
Yeah. I mean, that was a whole sector and a half.
Jeez.
And Jacotex got the job done in the end, got himself provisionally on the podium, but I don't think we've seen the last of them. And Matt is still out. I was expecting him to come into the pits at the end of the last lap, but he didn't. He's still out there, still trying to lap. The thing is, he doesn't lose as much time on Alper right now. Alper 3.8 behind him, 3.7. He's not losing that much time. If we look at the times, Matt's last lap was a 136.4. Alper 135.4.
Jano's on the inside again. He's going for it. More contact. And they're going to keep going side by side. This is basically what Jacotex did on the last lap, and they are going to go for it fully on side by side. This time, though, Zach is much closer. They need to be aware of him, and Jacotex lets Jano go, interestingly. He doesn't want to go side by side for here. He must feel he's more confident. And
Kiski is also on this. This is a four-way battle here for the provisional third place. As soon as Matt comes into the pits, it will become third place. So, my goodness.
These cars are all within a second. That's ridiculous how close they are. And Jacotex is looking for the inside, but I don't think he'll be the only one.
A little lock up from Jano, and he has to see that position there.
Oh, does he though? He's going side by side, still running outside.
He
backs
out.
Backs out in time. Oh, that could have been an airplane crash if he kept it in for any longer.
We might be looking at, if this keeps going for the next 10 laps, I don't want to jinx it, but we might be looking at the race of the year here.
Oh, here comes Zach as well, really getting right up to the back of Jano, but not going for it. He wants to go for DRS, and he will do so, as he goes up to 4 on the ERS and then 5, same as Jano, and DRS for the two of them, but the more powerful slipstream for Zach, and Kiski as well in the background. If these two go side by side for any length of time, then he'll be right on it, as down the inside goes Zach on Jano, who sticks it round the outside, goes a bit wide again, but has the inside line for the next turn, and Zach actually decides to go for a switchback this time, and I assume he'll dive now, but no, he can't. And Kiski really runs to the back of them as well, and Michael gets a 3-second time penalty, which won't affect him much at the moment, but if Alper closes...
Matt comes into the pits right now. Lap 8, oh, this is close. 10 laps left? Oh, he could go on to the Ultras if he really wants to push his luck. I think he's going on the Ultras here. I think he's going to try something different.
There's supers there in the pit lane.
There's supers.
Yeah, supers.
There's a little bug sometimes, but yes, it is the supers. Wow, okay, so he's playing it rather safe.
Zach on the inside, by the way, still, and he's surely got, by this time as Jano gets a penalty, he's been pushing his luck the last few laps on the track limits, and finally has got him a penalty, and he's now down to 5th.
And Matt comes out in P10, but he is on those, pretty much on the best tires on the whole track right now. Fresh super softs. Everyone else either on old softs or older super softs. And everyone who's on older super softs is behind him. So he doesn't have to worry about them. So he can just look ahead and try to overtake, pick him off one by one. Lambo first, Technique Gaming, and he could I think he could get involved with the fight for fourth place.
He could be on that fight for fourth pretty quickly, actually. Only a few laps.
I think Jaketex now has a gap that is a little too big.
Oh, Kiski! Oh, he nearly went for that. Sorry, he nearly went for the dive bomb there.
It's all good.
Well, and again, he's trying to scare Jan out of the way, to be honest, and I think it's working because he's not going to go to the inside. Surely this time he gets it done. But no, not quite.
Not the good run, not the better run out of the corner. He's going to have to hold it around the outside.
Oh, that's good.
And he goes wide, goes even wider. He holds it on the track, though, but not next to Janel Hasselbeck. Janel again extending. That's going to be a penalty at some point, right?
Well, he did get one, I think, at the start of this lap, didn't he? Or the last lap. So
yeah, he did.
He's pushing his luck again, though. And Kiski, he knows how wide that turn one is. Does he fancy a look? Yes, he does. Goes for it. Jano, once again, sticks it on the outside. And if Kiski can just stay side by side, now I have the inside line. But no, he's gone wide. And he's not going to get through. And Zach is starting to pull away from this now. And Matt is only about 4 seconds away from all this. So you will start to see him in the background of some of these shots. In fact, there he is. You can see him now. So, yeah, this is going to get nice and close.
And remember, he was another 2 seconds away from this. So he pretty much gained 2 seconds in the last lap. He is having some extraordinary pace right now.
He's gained a second already.
Lambo should not be any trouble for him. Even though he's over a second still behind. Just over a second. He should be able to catch him fairly soon here. And I would say probably on the start-finish straight, on the main straight. I think that's where he's going to go for the overtake on Lambo, because Lambo is on old tires. Don't forget that. He will lose so much time through this slow section here.
Oh, look at Technique Gaming on the inside of Rafa. And don't forget, these two are right on the back of this fight for fourth as well, so they can't really want to slow themselves down too much because they know that they've got a charging Matt coming up towards them. I'm saying this could be a 6-card fight in a few moments' time.
Yeah.
Rather easily.
Probably. Zach, Janul, Kiski, Rafa, Technique Gaming, and Matt. Matt now right here. There you go. There's the DRS. He's on the back of Lambo, and Lambo isn't going to fight it. Look, low ERS deployment. He just says, you know what, you do you. I'm just going to run my race at 1/10th place, and Matt is just flying past him into 9th, and that is not the end for Matt right here. Next up is Technique Gaming for him. Only 1.5 seconds. He can see him. And I talked about this in Singapore.
Oh, look at Rafa. He's got it wrong there for the S's, and Technique Gaming tries running the outside. No way he's going to make that one work. Surely he has to back off, and he does. But boy, did he give that a good go, and he's still got a good run on the exit. Matt is already in DRS of these guys, as is Lambo. And down the inside goes Technique Gaming. He's really had to force this one, and he does get it done. Big hit from the back there.
Contact. First contact between Rafa and Technique Gaming, then contact between Rafa and Matt. Now Matt, it's hard to overtake when you have two cars in front of you. He's gonna have to chuck it around the outside, and he gets it done. What a move from Matt! Gets another position by being very brave on the brakes. Into turn 12. Well done. And now he takes another one here with a surprise move up the inside of Technique Gaming, and he does that too. Look at the grip on these super soft tires.
How far is he off the lead of this race? Just, okay, 17.5 seconds, but he's not too far away.
That's not gonna happen. That's not
gonna happen. Too far away from third though. He's only 5 seconds off that. His pace, he's gaining a good couple of seconds a lap on Alper.
He could get a podium here. He could
even
get a
on
podium.
Alper.
He needs to gain a position a lap pretty much. But it's not impossible. But Janul will be a different story because Janul himself, he can defend, and he's got the DRS from Kiski.
Cliffy's dead. He was last anyway.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Well, he's still got Onyx Mara and Revert behind him, but they're both...
they don't count.
Oh, no. Revert is not a ghost runner, apparently. So Revert is also second last. Okay.
Practice session, I guess, for Revert.
Yeah, it seems so. But let's look at Matt. He's going to lead the charger, but he's not going to be able to overtake him because Janel himself has DRS, and he's got that overtake mode engaged as well. And Matt doesn't even have it. He's going with medium here. He's like, yeah, no chance. I'm just gonna save some ERS for later. I'm like, I don't blame him. His pace here in the slow section is just so incredible compared to these soft riders. Look at this, chucks it up the inside. Janul didn't expect it, and is it done? They're side by side. Matt, no, has to back out of this for now, but...
Oh, that was so close to just having his wing chopped off there, but surely Janel's going to have this lost any moment now. Into turn 1, he's going to be a sitting duck.
Matt trying to get a better exit here than Janel was very interesting to see, but he wasn't able to do so. Oh, is he going to check it up the inside? He is. Look at the strength of those super soft tires on the brakes as well. They give you so much grip that even you can brake later. That's something you can't forget. But Janu gets it down the inside, and Jacotech's picking up penalties that might be crucial for Matt in the end.
It really could be, yeah.
Jacotech's, he's got 6 seconds now. He's got 2 penalties already, at least. I don't know if he got any more before that, but he's got like 2 penalties in the last 2 laps. Yeah, he did. Wow. He picked up 3 warnings in a single lap. That might be a record.
Just curious, actually. Just remembering that Michael has 1 penalty. How close is he to a second? And what about Alper's penalties?
Alper has 1 warning, no penalty.
What about Michael? Obviously, we know he has 1 penalty, so I wonder how close he is to a second.
He does have that. Oh, he has 1 penalty and 2 additional warnings. If he gets another one, that's
this
6
could be
seconds
close.
right there.
This could be close.
Alper still has a chance to win this.
Because he's only 3 tenths off being at 6 seconds a Matt. Wow, that is even later than the last lap. And he got it done this time. That was brave.
Wow. Yeah, I mean... That is, however, I have to say, that is one of the most popular overtaking spots here. It doesn't look like one if you look on the track map. It looks like, I mean, you don't have much run up there. It's, you know, turn 15, 16. You have a short little straight there that isn't actually a straight. But what the design of the corner is so that you want to take it as far to the outside as possible. And I would like, personally, I do compare it to the last corner at Fuji. To those that remember Fuji probably know what I'm talking about. It's such a long bendy corner that then narrows down. Maybe you can even compare it to what is it? I think turn 9 and 10 at Bahrain, before the short back straight, where you have this little bend, and you want to approach the corner from as far outside as possible, and that leaves the inside wide open for someone else to just chuck it in there and force you to adjust your apex, and you both go slower and they'll get the job done. And that's what this corner is, and that's, I gotta say, that is some beautiful designing by Hammond Tilke.
Jeez, look how much Alper's catching just on that. He's 5.3 seconds back. Forget a second penalty, Alper may just catch the first one. And Matt's going on the inside of Kiski as well, but that gap is falling down very quickly.
Yeah, I'm looking at Alper. Oh wait, Alper's got 2 warnings. Sorry, I misspoke before. He's got 2 warnings. Although, give me a second. He might have 1 warning from a collision, not a corner cut. I'm gonna have to see that because it was lap 1, and lap 1 penalties oftentimes collision. No, it was corner cutting, in fact. So he's got 2 warnings. Sorry, not 2 penalties.
Jeez, that was close to a crash.
Alper 2 warnings. Alper 2 warnings. Michael a penalty and 2 warnings.
Look at Matt right around the outside, and he's got the inside, but he has this contact this time, and they somehow have both come out alive, and they're somehow also not a million miles away from Zach here. The podium, I don't know about the podium anymore for Matt. He's just not getting by quickly enough, but I mean, boy is he giving it a go.
Yeah, I mean, P4 is definitely within reach if he is able to dispose of Kiski fairly quickly. But don't forget, these super softs will lose their advantage gradually with every lap. He had the best chance of overtaking someone the moment he came out of the pits. That was his best chance. Since then, it got worse and worse and worse. He still has an advantage. I'm not saying his tires are now worse and he's performing miracles or something. But his advantage shrinks more and more and more over time. And that's something he needs to account for. If he wants to get 4th place, he needs to make a move, and he needs to make it now.
This is going to be a tense last 3 laps for Michael. Alper's got that gap to 4.8 now, just 1.8 more seconds, and the race lead will be changing hands. At the rate we're going, Alper might well do that. He's got 2 lap pressure tires as well, that will help. And this could be close.
We have to watch out in the bottom left. Revert with a 3-second penalty as I say that.
Yeah.
That is not race deciding right here. But if we see the name Michael or Alper pop up, that might decide the race. If Michael's name pops up, Alper just needs to stay penalty free pretty much, and he's got the win. If Alper's name pops up, that will be 2nd place for him, and it's pretty much over because they both have. If both names pop up, again, we're talking about the 3-second gap. But right now, Lambo, that's again not consequential for the race. Maybe for a point. Lambo right now in 9th, but only 1.2 seconds ahead of Rafa in 10th. So this might change the order of these two. So Lambo would drop down to 10th and Rafa to 9th. If Rafa has a penalty.
Although Lambo is actually making a move there. Lambo, look up, it's P8, so he's making progress.
But he will lose that again. Oh no, Technique Gaming might have penalties. In fact,
Jano.
Oh my! I've never seen a penalty list like that. 1, 2, 3, 4 penalties for Technique Gaming. Yeah, never mind.
Jano is.
Then again, Lambo also has 4. This was for position, and Rafa only has 2. My God, it's so easy to get penalties here. It's incredible. And Alper's staying penalty free so far. That is even more incredible.
Channel is actually within DRS now of Matt, and we've got Lambo, Technique Gaming, and Rafa all cashing as well. I mean, it's not going to cost Matt too many positions if he gets overtaken by these guys, thanks to the ridiculous amount of penalties. But I mean, he's slow now on them. The super softs are starting to run out of grip, and them soft compound are certainly the better tire.
And Matt may actually get both the Jake Attacks. Jake Attacks probably not, but he definitely will get Zach on penalties if he gets within 3 seconds of him. He just needs to somehow find a way to stay with Kiski, which he's not able to do right now. He's even falling out of 3 seconds of Kiski now. What is happening with his super soft tires?
Just falling apart. I mean, I wonder how Ollie's doing.
It's early though. 8 laps? That's look at TTG Ollie. He's 12 laps on them. I am surprised. What is going on there?
Here comes Rafa on Technique Gaming, and Technique Gaming has been dispatched there quite easily, and Janel as well dispatches Matt. Is that front wing damage actually on Matt? Just looking, yeah, it is. His whole front right end plate's gone.
Oh yeah. Oh my, when did that happen? That explains a lot now. Right end plate completely gone. Oh, that is so unfortunate. He had such a good run. Now he's under pressure by VSR Lambo.
Oh
my God.
That explains a lot.
Yeah, that is so unfortunate. When did he get that?
He must have been one of his dive bombs. He must have just got it wrong.
Most likely, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, we're on the final
probably
lap.
With Kiski, because he got to Kiski and then he just dropped off.
Yeah.
He was right behind Kiski and then he dropped. So probably a collision with Kiski there. But we are in the last lap, and Alper is not going to get that 3-second gap, or not going to get within that 3-second gap of Michael. I'm looking at the penalties once again. Michael needs to stay free. He still only has 1. If he gets a second one, Alper wins. If nothing changes, if Alper gets one, he's second anyway. But even if he doesn't get one, and Michael doesn't get one, he's second. But Michael needs to keep it clean here and stay 3 seconds away from Alper. If he can do both of these, he's got the win here. Oh, a little moment there, just before turn 15, but doesn't lose the car too much.
Same
This is where
corner.
you can cut a little bit. Michael keeps it very clean, tidy. And this is another section here. This corner, turn 19, the left-hander. Don't go too far outside. And he keeps it on track with at least 2 wheels. And through the final corner, Michael comes, and he will take the win at the United States Grand Prix.
Alper only 1.6 off in the end, but who's going to be on the podium? I think it's still going to be Jaketic, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, he's
don't
got
think
too
it's
much of a
penalties.
gap.
Don't think the penalties are going to do too much.
Oh, no, Zach will get it. Zach will get it. Kiski will get it. Wow.
No.
Wait, hold on.
Still
no,
Jaketic. Still Jaketic.
Okay, I was surprised there. Why does Kiski jump? Yeah, no, because they all had penalties. That's so unfortunate. That goes to show, if you can keep it clean and not pick up penalties, one of those, Kiski, Zach, even Janu could have jumped from their position up to the podium. To the podium. Instead of 8 points, they could have gotten 15.
To be honest, actually, that whole field stayed rather close there, right to the end there. Did you see how, little time there was between first and last across the line? That's quite impressive. Not much field spread today. Michael certainly wasn't as dominant as he used to be, but he is the winner. The champion takes yet another victory, but Alper certainly didn't make it easy today. He was nearly on the top step. Just 1.6 seconds off. Is always next time.
Yeah, and we have to talk, I think, a little bit about the championship, not about the lead. I mean, Michael now at 366 points. That's just insane. There's still 3 races left to do. There's still that's what I find astonishing. But yeah, AZL Leon wasn't even in the race today, so he stays at 143. He stays in second place though, because his lead over third place, Zach, by the way, was 26 points. So even if Zach had won here, he still would have been 1 point behind Leon. So Leon, without any issues, could have easily taken the day off, and he did.
Wasn't Leon just bad boy? I thought he said he'd moved back to bad boy on Twitter. I know you're not on Twitter, but I think he was.
Okay, well then, I mean,
he didn't score anyway.
Anyway.
Just for future reference.
Okay. Well, he could have just taken the day off then.
Well, he basically did, to be fair.
Oh, that's rude.
Ooh.
But yeah, he stays at 143. Zach gets 10 points. He goes up to 127. So 16 points within, or 16 points behind Leon. Lakitu did not drive today, so he stays at 109. Medium Pilot didn't participate today either. I mean, he's only a reserve driver anyway. I'm hoping he gets a regular seat next season, because, I mean, he's 5th in the standings. He should have a regular seat, I think. He stays at 98. Matt only got 6 points. Very, very unfortunate with the front wing damage. So he's at 98 as well. However, Medium Pilot stays in front of him in the standings, because Medium Pilot did win the Russian Grand Prix. Matt's best result was a 3rd place that he got 4 times, but no win, and so he stays behind on that. Cliffy didn't get any points, stays at 90. We have to look at Alper. Where's Alper? Here. Alper only had 48, so he's picking up another 18, so he's at 66. Doesn't gain a position though. And Janul gets 8, so he's at 93. So he jumps Cliffy, and he's within 5 points of Matt and Medium Pilot. So not much change there, but everyone gets a little closer to Leon. Bad boy, whatever you want to call him. Everyone gets a little closer to him. So we'll see what the final 3 races bring us. We will be, well, not we, in fact. I will not be back next week.
I've got a treat next week, viewers. You're going to have the new Season 6 commentator. Yeah, we're going to sort of reveal this a bit earlier. But yeah, Evil Dragon. Yes. Anyone who knows him from other leagues knows he's a very good commentator. I've been able to persuade him to join the league for Season 6, and he will be doing his first commentary here next week, all going well. So yeah, he's replacing Austin. So
yes,
yeah,
as I will be at DreamHack in Leipzig, Germany, for that weekend. I wish I could make it. I wish I could, Kaz, but got some other stuff to do, and I'm trying to have a good time though. But yeah, I will be back for the Brazilian Grand Prix in 2 weeks. Two more races left for me in this season, and I could already say right now that it was a pleasure. casting with you, Owen, and casting for the ERL. I will be leaving at the end of the season, unfortunately. But well, again, not we, but yeah, we, the ERL, will be back next week with the Mexican Grand Prix. Personally, I gotta say, one of my favorite tracks as well. The long straights make for great overtaking. The S section and the stadium, always pretty iconic already to drive in there and just look, especially last lap, when all the Mexican flag colors, the green, white, and red, just sprays into the air. The confetti or whatever it's called.
Confetti.
Just always a great sight. And I will be back in 2 weeks then. But thank you very much, everyone, for watching. This has been the European Racing League F1 series. My name is Austin Smith.
And my name is Owen White, and hope you enjoyed the stream. And like I said, back next week for the Mexican Grand Prix, and hope you join us then. And safe travels, everybody, and take care.